Well, hello. Oh, y'all quiet today. Steelers Nation, if you're in the building and you're ready to see the guys take care of business, let me hear you make some noise. That was actually pretty good. If it was Thursday, but that was last game, man. It's Sunday, it's 1 o'clock, so I need a little bit more energy. So, if you're ready to see the Steelers take care of business today, let me hear you make some noise. Now it's a party. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Moats, retired linebacker of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Appreciate you. And I will be your host for today's interview. And let me just say, this guy right here is truly legendary. Now, he came into the NFL in the 1971 NFL draft, where the Pittsburgh Steelers selected him in the 4th round with the 86 overall selection at the University of Southern California. Shout out to USC. Yeah. And after coming into the NFL, he enjoyed a 9-year career all with the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he played in 124 games, made 87 starts at both guard and tackle. Oh, and during that time frame, he went on to win, let me get this right, 1, 2, 3, 4 Super Bowl championships. Okay. Y'all already know we make noise for Super Bowl champs. So I think we can get just a little bit louder for the 4-time Super Bowl champ. In 2023, Steelers Hall of Honor inductee. Without further ado, get loud for the one and only Gerry Mullins. First off, man, it is great to finally get a chance to talk with you.
All right, sir. It's really a pleasure to be here.
Now, obviously, you just got inducted into the Hall of Honor for the Pittsburgh Steelers. An amazing accomplishment for yourself. If you could, just take us through when you got that call, that moment of knowing that you're getting inducted. What were those feelings like?
Well, I got a call from Mark Rooney II, and I was really in shock. I've been retired for 42 years, and I'm not going to say that I was expecting a call, but I was really dumbfounded for a while, and then it finally stuck call, and it's been an amazing few months since I got the call.
No, I love that, and rightfully so. Now, as I said in the introduction, you started at both right guard, left guard. You also started at right tackle as well. But if you could, just talk about the challenges of playing both guard and tackle in the National Football League. But at the same time, what were some of the things that you liked about playing both spots as well?
Well, back in the era when I played, versatility was the key. The more you could do, the better the chance you were of making the team. And I played some tight end in college. And I was a tight end, guard, tackle, did some flanker. We had a flanker trap. So I was a pretty versatile guy, and that gave me some reason for sticking around.
No, without a doubt. Now, I definitely got to ask you about the 1972 AFC Championship game against the Miami Dolphins. But specifically, you actually scored a touchdown in that game.
Yeah,
so we got to talk about that. Absolutely.
We were going in for a score. I think Gerry had a quarterback sneak, and he got knocked unconscious and coughed up the ball. And I was just in the right place at the right time when I fell on it. I was like all happy because that game was the lead in the game, and if we would have won that game, we'd have been in the Super Bowl. Unfortunately for us, Gerry got knocked out, and he was the same for the rest of the game. We were winning at that point, but the Dolphins came back in the second half after a fake punt that really gave them momentum and switched the game around for us. We were undefeated that season. We were young guys. We didn't really know how good of a team we had, but that was the start of the Super Bowl run, basically. Took us an extra year to get there. But once we got a taste of the big time, we didn't want to give it up.
No, without a doubt. And speaking of those good times and winning those Super Bowl championships, okay. But yeah, instead of just winning, you decided to go back to back, take a little bit of time off, and then win 2 more back to back again. What was that experience like for you guys, and what was the secret? Because nobody goes back to back and never beats it.
Well, we weren't making a whole lot of money back in that era. And those Super Bowl wins were good for a lot of bonus money. And everybody got hungry, not only getting the dollars and cents, but these Super Bowl rings were something that really tried to get up your hands on. Once you taste the honey, you want to get a little bit more every time you get a chance.
That's the truth. No, without a doubt. Now, Gerry, another thing that I love about you is this. You played offensive line, but you scored multiple touchdowns in the National Football League. If you could, though, of all the touchdowns you scored, because you got to highlight those touchdowns, which one was your favorite and why?
Well, the touchdown on the fumble recovery against the Miami Dolphins was obviously the biggest one. Unfortunately, like I said, we didn't win the game. I scored 2 touchdowns as a receiver. I was a tight end in short yard. I scored another touchdown on the fumble recovery in the end zone. So I had 24 points in the offensive line. That's pretty amazing.
Absolutely, and like I said, that's why I love having these conversations, because that is rare, super rare right there.
I think I recovered 17 fumbles in my career too.
The more you can do, the more you can do.
That was Chuck Noll's call. The more you can do.
Hey, and speaking of Chuck Noll, you did play for the Hall of Fame, the legendary Chuck Noll. Do you have a favorite story or memory from your time with him?
Well, I was very fearful of the man, you know. We always had meetings. Everybody was always early because you never wanted to cross paths with Chuck. Like being like, you know, the wrath of Chaz Noll. It was a rally cry for our team. Nobody wanted to deal with him. We were from a different era, you know. It's not like it is today with all these big money superstars. You know, we just blue collar workers. We were just trying to stay on the good side of the band. You know what I'm saying, Arthur?
Hey, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you don't want to make the boss man upset. Now, during your time here, you started out your career playing with Ray Mansfield, still his Hall of Honor inductee as well. But then when you ended it with Mike Webster, Pro Football Hall of Fame. Talk about playing with both of those guys and being your teammates and what their relationship was like as well.
Well, Ray was from the old school, you know. He started playing in the early 60s. That was an era when guys weren't making a lot of money, so if you had a family, you had a day job. We were practicing in the afternoons or evenings after work, and I came in the transition between the two. I played 5 years with Ray and 6 years with Webby, and they were both great players, but their own era. You know, Ray was from a different era. It played really hard-nosed football. Webby was probably a better athlete than Ray. And obviously they were both Ironmen. Because Ray played 14 years, I think Webby played 17. And so they were both my heroes.
I love that. Now, throughout your time, you have played with a ton of awesome players, but also some big personalities as well. But of all of your teammates throughout your time in the NFL, who would you say was your favorite teammate?
They were all family. I can't really pick one out. You know, I love Franco Harris. I was Gerry Bradshaw's root manager when he was at Acrisure. Gerry and I were really good friends. Then Swan was an SC teammate. He was a freshman when I was a senior, so we really weren't on the same team, but he was at SC at the same time as I was. So when he came to Pittsburgh, I sort of took him under my wing and we became close friends. You know, all of those guys are lifelong friends. It's just hard to pick one out of the group.
No, I love that. I can definitely understand that as well. You can definitely understand that. Now, I have one final question, and then after that, I'm gonna open it up for some Q&A from the fans. All right. So hopefully y'all got some good stuff y'all can pocket over there. But the question I want to ask you is this. When you're playing in the NFL, we always have that moment where we realize we're not in college anymore. We call it that welcome to the NFL moment. And usually it's something bad happening to us out there. But if you could, just talk about your welcome to the NFL moment.
This goes without saying for me. I was a rookie and I was on kickoff team, and we were playing with Miami Dolphins in a preseason game. And I think I was R2 or 3, which meant I went straight to the football. So kickoff went down the field. I remember Gerry Morris was the kick return guy. He got the football, and I was like running full speed. I got through the first line of blockers. I got through the second line of blockers. I had a beat on Gerry. I was going to make a real super tackle for a block. And then out of my peripheral vision, I saw that they were wearing white jerseys at the time. I saw this white jersey coming. I just was able to lower my shoulder before I was like knocked unconscious through the air. And I don't really remember a whole lot about it, but I remember when you watched the films, Chuck Noll made a point of saying, "Boom, that's a sports." Yes, I'm not going to say the word. You're not a football player when you do that. You might belittle me, but it stuck in my mind, And years later, we were at training camp. A guy named Jim Mann, she was a tight end for the Miami Dolphins. She was in Pittsburgh at the time. And we were sitting around talking about the worst hit you got the whole time. And I said, yeah, without a doubt, the hardest hit I ever got was against Miami. I was knocked out for the rest of the game. He goes, I'm the guy that hit you. I was in the hospital for a week.
Yo,
man. So, he paid the price too.
Yeah. We ain't taking no losses. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. One more time, can I get you loud for the one and only Gerry Mullins? And now, if you have any questions for Gerry, just raise your hand, come on up, you can ask to him. Yeah, come on, man. I like that TJ Watt jersey also, baby. Yes, indeed.
What was it like?
Drop your name first and then give us a question.
Sam Reed out of Northern Virginia.
Yes, sir.
What was it like playing with Mike Webster?
What was it like?
Mike was an Iron Man. He was a machine. He was very intelligent, and we were always well prepared. We had great coaches, and it just made your job easier because you never made a mistake.
Was it strong?
We were all sort of working hard to be the best that you could be, and you didn't want to disappoint your teammates.
Yeah.
So that made you work a little bit harder.
And he also said, was he as strong as they say he is?
Yeah, he was as strong.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mike was as strong as John Club. John Club was like world's strongest man contestant, so both of those guys were amazing.
Yeah.
I like it. No, without a doubt. You have a question for Gerry? Yeah, come on up. It's the TJ Watt. So you give me your question, please.
I don't know, my name is Derek. And what was the biggest challenge transitioning from an NFL player just going back to being a regular civilian?
Question. What was it like for you? Your transition from being
I was the first four-time Super Bowl player to get released by the Steelers. I got traded to Cleveland, and there's a lot of publicity about me.
like that over here.
I decided I was going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler for life, so I retired. I didn't want to have to play against the Steelers. But Chuck Noll always prepares, football is a small part of your life. After football, you had to get on with your life's work, and fortunately for me, all that publicity I got from being the first Steeler got to get kept. I got to meet my future boss, and I don't know if you remember Bob Prince, the Pirate announcer. He was my boss's next door neighbor, and Bob and I were pretty close because the Pirates and the Steelers were right together. Our locker rooms were like 100 feet apart at Three River Stadium. So I knew Bob, and so my transition was made pretty easy, but it was a shock because I was still friends with all the guys who were still playing. So for a year or two, it was a pretty big turnover after I retired, but it was a different experience for sure.
That's a good question, really good question. All right. Does anybody else have a question for the one and only? Oh, yes, indeed. Say your name and your question, please.
Hi, I'm Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
When you played for us a question on her last which Super Bowl ring did you choose to wear while singing, and what's the story behind why you chose that one?
Well,
I like them style. I like them style.
I have 4 Super Bowl rings, and they were all basically made with my right hand, except for the 4th one, and then I had a busted up knuckle for playing. I don't know if you can see that. I can't get my rings over my right hand, so it's the only one that fits.
Let's go.
And it camouflages my wedding ring too. My wife's under here. I have to let her know.
I like it. I like it. All right, we got time for one final question, and after that, we'll do some pictures. All right. Anyone have a final question for Gerry? Anyone? Oh, all right. Say your name and your question. I like the jersey. Oh, let's go.
Hi, my name is Rochelle from Virginia, Virginia. And I wanted to know what's your favorite Pittsburgh food?
Food.
Your favorite Pittsburgh food?
I have to say, my wife and I went to the Manning Brothers yesterday, and I had the Reuben sandwich. It was awesome. So I'm going to say my memory isn't that great, so I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Reuben.
There we go.
Manning Brothers.
Appreciate you. Well, that will conclude our interview. You all have been awesome. Once again, can you please get another round of applause for Gerry?